In Michigan, they're not just taking away workers' rights. They've found another significant danger that they're going to address in the state of Michigan. So here's the law that has been proposed. It's a bill that would prevent foreign law from being applied if it would result in a violation of constitutional rights. Oh, damn straight. Thanks God they're doing this. First of all, you can't really apply foreign law here because it is foreign. Okay, now, from time to time, the courts cite foreign law in trying to interpret the laws we have already passed. Now, that's rare, but it happens. Doesn't mean they are applying foreign law. It's not like, well, you have violated, the laws of Zurich and Jalalabad, so obviously we'll be putting you in jail. So this is the most needless piece of legislation, let alone if there was a foreign law that violated our constitutional rights. Well, of course it wouldn't apply. So what are they wasting their time for? Turns out what they mean is we don't want Sharia law applied here because the Muslims are coming. The Muslims are coming. Oklahoma passed this law, and that's much funnier. There's at least a decent number of Muslim Americans in Michigan. In Oklahoma, I don't know that you could find a Muslim in the state. Okay, but they were so panicked because of Fox News and all these conspiracy theories. Oh my God, the Muslims are going to pass Sharia law any second. Hurry up, let's pass a law that says you can't pass Sharia law. Except the court struck it down, saying you can't specifically make a rule against one particular religion. I mean, there's no fear of that anyway, but you can't discriminate against one religion. So it was wrong. So now they fixed up the law. So they're like, we didn't mention any religion. We didn't mention Sharia law. We just said no foreign law that could be a violation of our constitutional rights. Always thinking, thereby trying to pass the most needless piece of legislation in American history. So who's the genius trying to pass this? It's Representative Dave Agema. What has he said in the past? I mean, look, this is a real state legislator in the state of Michigan. He says that Muslims, quote, do not want to live under our law. What evidence does he have for that? None. There are, in fact, thousands upon thousands of Muslim Americans living in the state of Michigan totally under the laws of Michigan and the United States of America. He doesn't have any basis for that at all. He just doesn't like Muslims. If that wasn't clear enough, he also says that, quote, just about every terrorist is Muslim. It's always been that way. Do you remember those guys in the Irish Republican Army? All Muslim. The Tamil Tigers in Bangladesh? Muslim. Okay. I can go on and on, but you get the point. Then he also said, by the way, that President Barack Obama is, of course, a Muslim. Now, this is a state legislator, and he actually believes President Obama is Muslim. Now, I guess if you thought that President Obama was Muslim, you might think that he might pass Sharia law in Michigan. But he ain't Muslim, okay? Not remotely so. And what do you, like, see, the other amazing thing about it is, has anybody ever proposed Sharia law in Michigan? Like, if someone proposes, like, let's say it's a Muslim American legislator, that's possible, right? And he says, hey, you know what? I'd like to have Muslim law apply to all of you. That would be a very amusing day, right? But I like that what they're doing here is a preemptive strike. Like, just in case these Muslims get any funny ideas, we're on to you. You're terrorists, and we're not going to have it, because it turns out you cannot apply foreign law in violation of our constitutional rights. Nailed it. One more fun thing that this state rep did. He got all the Republicans together, and he invited them to listen from a real expert that knows how Muslims really are. This guy's name is Kamal Salim. And if you've been watching the Young Turks for a while, you might remember this clown.
My first master was Yasser Arafat. My first mission was very, very good. You see, the Jews didn't think that children can do such a thing. We took advantage of them. The second journey, I was 8, I was a recruiter. I recruited my next door neighbor, Muhammad. And I told his mom, I'll bring him back home alive. I made a promise. That day, they shot us with everything. Muhammad took shrapnel through his esophagus and he fell down to the ground. I carried him and I'm crying, how am I gonna tell his mom? You see, when his mom talked to me, she said, where is Muhammad? You promised he'll be back. I said, he is with Allah. And I said, now he's being wed by Allah with 72 versions, and with every version he has 72 other versions. She put her hand to her lips and shouted with a shout of wedding feast. she celebrated her son's wedding into the heavens.
I love these guys, man. Clowns of the earth. They hired this guy to pretend that he was a Muslim terrorist who's now seen the light. If he was actual Muslim terrorist, the FBI would have arrested him so goddamn quick. He claims that he worked with Arafat and Gaddafi and Saddam Hussein. Then my next mission was to work with Muhammad. And then we say to the Jews, we have tricked you. La 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 la. I mean, get this guy. And what I'm imagining is the Republicans in Michigan sitting around listening to this guy. Oh my God. Look at what they were planning. Oh, thanks God we passed that anti-Sharia law. Idiots. That guy's been making so much cash off these fools.